Volumes upon volumes. I can't imagine the vastness of knowledge recorded here. I've spotted something.
The spirit urgently passes a hand across the spines, whispering each tome's title as she comes across it.
No, it isn't here. This is impossible. You, my brother, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time for pranks, my friend. The Doctor's arrogance may end us all. He has released a dark presence upon us. It must never sing the taming. The hymnals must be destroyed. And yet, I see no sign one was ever here. You must help me look.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes like a pianist's upon the keys.
You must be feverish, though I wouldn't be surprised. Dr. David was surely ill to risk all that he's built here. Now be silent. Your questions vex me, and I have no time for idle chatter.
She hushes you with an index finger held to her own lips and continues her search. The spirit urgently passes a hand across the spines, whispering each tome's...
No, it isn't here. You, my brother, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time to feign ignorance, my friend. The Doctor's arrogance may end us all. He has released a dark... And yet, I see no sign...
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes like a pianist's upon the keys.
The key, of course. The melody that douses the Guardian flames and reveals the vaults. I shudder to think what may happen should their captives be freed. I have presided over this archive for many years. The hymnals were many. How could I not notice their absence? A malignance more rotten than any I've known, brother. It should have been confined to the vault. I'd have offered myself up for the sacrifice had I known the Doctor's intentions. Now be silent. Your questions vex me, and I have no time for idle chatter. Find the others, and gather near the flaming guardians. Should the hymn be sung, the vaults can be opened. We are not safe.
She hushes you with an index finger held to your lips and continues her search. The spirit urgently passes a hand...
No, it isn't here. You, my sister, help me find it. There is little time. This is no time for pranks. I know you as well as I know the Doctor himself. A dark presence comes. It must never sing the taming. The hymnals must be destroyed. Yet I see no sign one was ever here.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes like a pianist's upon the keys.
You must be feverish. I can't explain why you seem so ignorant, child. I would not be surprised if sickness had spread across the Isle. The doctor was surely ill to risk all that he's built here. Now be silent. Your questions vex.
She hushes you with an The transparent artifact glimmers of its own accord, as if conducting light from another world, another plane of living. As your hand nears it, it shivers and speaks. Your head perks. You know these words. This is the language of demons. Few have heard it spoken aloud.
Connected as one. The past and the present slave. Absolution and redemption await the one whose sins are many.
It's a crystal blade, seemingly separated from its hilt. It's clearly of a kind with the object you recovered from the Surrey tomb. The object repeats the words it previously spoke. It has nothing more to offer.
The hilt of a blade, I do believe. Clearly no ordinary blade. I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium is truly a material of the void. I can feel my source powers draining at the I can feel my source powers draining at the merest touch. Tenebrium. I can feel my source powers draining at the merest My lucky day. A third pyramid.
The spirit urgently passes a hand.
No, you, my brother, help me find it. This is no time to feign ignorance, my friend. And yet, I see no sign.
Her hands fan furiously across the tomes, like
The key, of course. I've presided over this archive for many years. A malignance more rotten than any I've known, brother. It should have been confined to the vault. Now be silent.
she hushes you with an index.
heaven and all the saints. I ne'er dreamed I'd be grateful to be lying cold on the ground. I'm finally rid of that demon. Finally rid of that bloody voice. Not much more than you've been told, I'm afraid. She made a deal with some mighty dark forces. I'm not sure that even my voice knew the terms.
The tree's spirit embraces its putrid host, an elven ancestor lost to the same demonic disease that infests all of Blood Moon Island.
Qui manducad omnio myrtus acts, it quod potest etse.
A moment passes, then you feel it. Clarity.
You speak my name. You know my torture. Please, don't judge me for the sickness my roots have spread. I can be free. My soul cleansed. Naivety, stupidity, call it what you want. I wish to put the source within me to good use, and demonology seemed as good a use as any. Silly me. I meant to summon an imp or two. Instead, I ended up hosting a damned archdemon. The roaring in my head, the craving for living flesh, urges. Good gods, the urges to kill, to hurt. The stronger they became, the harder I fought. And at some point, I was just gone. And then, awake, on an isle I'd never been. Encircled by faces I'd never seen. Watched by a man I'd never known. They called him Doctor. He shouted strange words, and the demon bellowed. Then, one by one, They fell. I watched my own hands slaughter them. I tried to resist, but I couldn't. And then a final roar, when the demon rushed away and into the only one still standing. The Doctor. That was my last living memory. The demon may be gone, but its disease still infects my roots, birthing evil into the surrounding soil. While it lives, I am still its rotting servant. I've suffered. The Isle has suffered, but you can end it. You awakened me from nightmare with a single utterance. My name. How amazing that a name could wield so much power. Remember this lesson when you leave Blood Moon Island. The demon blackens another land now. It possesses the very doctor that liberated it. Speak its name, however, and you expose it. You weaken it. You'll know him when you find him. A doctor that accommodates a demon doesn't see patients. Only destroy it, and you free me to the Hall of Echoes. Destroy it, and my roots taint this isle no longer. Now come closer. I'll say the demon's name only once.
The spirit's voice is a harsh whisper.
Adramalik. Please, you must help. I can be freed.
My hero. I'm grateful.
She offers you a grateful smile.
My crowning glory. No, I bid you farewell.
How fares the hunt, my friend?
He smiles brightly and pulls you in for a short, if warm, embrace.
You've done me proud, Godwoken. Prouder than you could ever realize. I know how twisted the paths can get. How much more alluring the sunny glade than the rock-strewn hollows. But you know it's the darkest roads that lead to light. It will be the nature of my lesson, though, might be somewhat different from what you expect. I can deepen your bond with the Source, but you must realize that this bond comes at a cost. All life, after all, sustains itself by consumption. Like the grass feeds the herd, and the herd feeds the hunter, so you must feed, for instance, on...
He waves a hand to the cage in demonstration.
Don't let their less than inviting appearance mislead you. Just like the slithering worm feeds the high-soaring bird, the abundance of source in these demons can expand your own. Through demise, a chance of divinity. Then let us begin.
Jahan's incantations befog your mind. All of you is thumping blood, pumping, pumping, pumping. Then, all you hear, then all that is screaming. From the cage to you, their blood in your ears, screaming. Silence.
That is all. Their suns have set to serve a greater dawn. The world awaits your true awakening. You are very powerful already. A master of the Source. But I did not let this burst of power go to waste. It lies condensed on parchment for you to read and learn.
He hands you a book, hot to the touch, a sparkle with source.
My pleasure. And now that the lesson has ended, there is one more matter I would like to discuss. Offer you a chance to deepen our alliance. You see, the demon that you killed, the Advocate, you might say the Advocate compared to his master, like the pussycat compares to the tiger. It is the tiger I am truly hunting. The self-same tiger, I suspect, that has been haunting Losa. Now don't you worry. I have no intention of sending you after this archdemon. There are few enough Godwoken as it stands for me to force them into any real danger. The one thing I would like you to do for me, though, is to return through the mist to the Isle of Blood, and uncover there his name.
Jahan looks at you utterly flabbergasted, but soon an air of serenity descends upon him, that of a chess player overlooking the board.
Adramalik. You have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise of Deva, he and I shared the finest wines in the realm. Stories of the women we have loved. Thank you, Godwoken. You have done me an unparalleled service, and you've quite humbled me at the same time. You must go your path, I mine, so that I may confront the archdemon in his lair, in the great city of Arx. Please accept this token of gratitude, and fare thee well. You have done me a great service. The time has come to serve you, if I can. Are you ready, Losa?
Right. Really? Okay, yes. What? I'm ready. Totally. Is it just me, or did it just get really sweaty in here?
I won't lie. This will be rough, Losa. Our foe is a true archdemon. We know him now. Adramalik. There is a great power in names. Just like Source is the language of creation, a demon's true name is the core of its existence. It's be-all or end-all. With his name, we may undo him. That will be our attempt. As for you...
His dark eyes flash at you.
You must not disturb us, no matter what. Promise me.
He nods respectfully in return, then focuses on Losa once more.
Close your eyes, Losa. Do as I do.
Jahan takes Losa's hands and begins inhaling slowly, deeply, then exhaling audibly through his mouth. Losa's breaths match his. They begin to hum in unison, a low, rumbling note held over several out-breaths. The humming grows louder and louder until...
Quiet! Adramalik!
Losa suddenly lunges forward, her hands reaching for Jahan's throat. Jahan steps away, and Losa tumbles to the ground before quickly scrambling to her feet. Losa's eyes are ink black, her skin corpse grey. Her chest heaves in rapid pulses as she stares intently at Jahan.
Adramalik, thousand-named nemesis, Lord of Soot, come shake black hands with me. Leave her. Leave her. Come play with me.
This is none of your business, Jahan. How many times do I have to convince you to keep your nose out of my affairs?
Listen to me, demon. I know why you chose her. I know what it is you fear the most, and therefore desire the most. But I'll not let her serve you any longer.
Losa's a good host, Jahan. We're going places. It's no concern of yours.
Mashtuna Pathan Shdanelu, Kaumel Saravel, Damarel Saravel.
He places a palm on Losa's forehead. She falls to her knees, seemingly overcome by some unseen force.
You petulant would-be king. You're nothing. She is mine. She is mine.
Kaumel Saravel, Damarel Saravel, Mashtu, Shdanelu.
Losa's eyes roll back in her head. She groans, her face slack and lifeless, while her body racks with spasms. Jahan draws his palm back from her. She is rigid on the floor.
It's no use. It's too late. I failed her. The demon's not coiled around her heart. He's become her heart. Try as I might, he would not shift. Losa's soul is buried very deeply, deeper than ever before. Adramalik may never allow her to resurface again. She's lost, bewildered. A stranger in her own soul, desperately trying to find her way home. She's fighting a battle for her life, for her very self. It's a battle she may yet win, even if only temporarily. But she'll need your help. You must call her spirit back from the dark. Guide her into the light. Let your voice be the shepherd that leads the lamb through the valley of wolves. Go on, call to her.
She stirs, barely. Her eyes flutter open and dart around in a panic. They come to a focus on you.
Hey, Chief.
Well done. Very well done indeed.
Only just.
I am truly sorry, Losa, that I couldn't exorcise the demon, but do not despair. I will not give up on you. We must simply take a darker path still. Confront Adramalik in his lair and deal with the demon face to face. You almost have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise of Deva, he and I shared the finest wines in the realm, stories of life and love. But now I know where he hides, afraid of his own name. To the City of Arcs you must go. I will travel with you, if I may. I will meet you both there and prepare for the coming battle. You'll yet be all, Losa.
Hey. No, I'm not all right. That wasn't okay. It was like dying. I was all alone in the dark. In the deep, deep dark. And I suddenly knew as clear as day that I didn't exist. That no one would ever know me. And then... and then I heard your voice. I heard you calling and I followed it. It was all I had in the darkness. It was the only thing I could find. Just you. Nothing else. What the hell do I do with that?
Tears stream down her cheeks. She steps forward and wraps her arms around you.
I'm not even a real person, you know. I've got this thing in me. And my chance of getting better is getting smaller all the time.
She holds onto you for a long moment before stepping away, wiping her face. Eventually,
I'm damn lucky I met you, Chief. What's up, Chief?
This place is well tended. The locals seem to think highly of him.
The statue stands before you in silence.
I spotted something. Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Do you have it? Do you have the book I see?
A haughty-looking undead woman, unmarked.
What side do you take?
Her voice is clipped and detached, with metallic overtones. It even seems to echo. She cocks her skull to one side.
Quick now, quickly. Do you support Divine Order or Black Ring? Good. We can... I have books, though I hate to part with them. And you, Ithne, was.
She slaps her face violently as she corrects herself.
I am flames, and here I stand. That would be prudent if I wanted. Survival is not some...
Suddenly, she leans towards you.
Enough about that. I'm traveling as I look for...
She scuffs one boot in the ashen dust at her feet.
For my collection? None of your beeswax. I pay good money, that's all you need to know. Have a look. Mind you don't tear any pages now. You know what I'm looking for. Come.
all well and good for you.
Well now, how's my favorite god woken?
Ifan claps you on the shoulder and...
Nice!
As the smoke swirls about your skull, your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading. As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul. As you approach, Amadia greets you with outstretched arms, though her face is marred by a pained grimace.
My child, my sweet Vane, you positively brim with sauce. It is good to see you more like your old self. Oh, my sweet, it is naught but a chill. Your soul has a draft, it seems. Perhaps you should...
A sudden shudder jolts through her body so violently that she drops to her knees, stunned into silence. She whispers, there really is no need for your assistance, but from the weight of her arms around you, you can tell she'd have trouble getting back up by herself. An eternal curse escapes from her lips, spoken so forcefully that for a brief moment all light recedes into the webs of darkness.
I have told you before, the void is stronger than ever. But so are you, my child. I can sense the expanse of source inside you. There is only one more thing you must remember now. The spell you will need when we reach the Well of Ascension. You see. You see with our eyes. You can behold the source once more, but now you must regain the teeth to take it.
Amadia smiles, and you notice for the first time 2 vampiric fangs glistening beneath her upper lip. A gulf of magic envelops you, and you feel an insatiable hunger for source.
Go on. I am here for you. Give in to your hunger. not heed me or any other, only your own lust for power, just like a god should. Go on, my sweet. Devour me. Feast upon me, I command you.
Though your spell tore through her like a spear through flesh, Amadia looks grimly happy, if haggard.
You speak the spell with a ferocity I have not heard in centuries, as I knew you would, dear Thane. Do you still not see? You are more than what you once were, more than what our people ever were. Let me tell you the one truth about our existence. We are the lions in a world of lambs. It is about power, and power is not given. It is taken, with all-seeing eyes and all-consuming teeth. You can see the souls of these dead mortals, and now you can feed from them to your hungry heart's content. So feed, my sweet, for you will starve until you finally feast upon the Well of Ascension. By all means, fast if you must, but your hunger will soon trump your all-too delicate feelings. Your soul has become a vast enough expanse to house divine power. You are ready. We must hurry now. We must race towards the Well of Ascension with all the determination of the eagle diving for its prey. Your quarry lies on a far-off shore at the heart of the Nameless Isle. It is a place no one can reach unless their soul becomes their compass.
She places a hand on your skull, and you suddenly feel it, an unmistakable pull in a new and distant direction.
The battle for Divinity is about to begin in earnest. The other gods and their chosen will try to outflank us, just like we must outflank them. But I will be with you, dear child. I will guide you, stand by you. I will watch as you drink from the wellspring, and as its source surges into you. The king will be overcome, and you will ascend. You will have your birthright. The end is nigh. Do not fail us now. The Nameless Isle awaits you, my child. Divinity will soon be yours.
You jolt back to the world, stumbling forward. Dark smoke surrounds you, hanging in the air like black fog. This feels wrong. The Meister's cry cuts through the haze. You look up just in time to see what steps out of the shadows.
Help us, Faye. Thane, join us, join us, join us.
Claim your death right.
Your god told you there can be only one. He said you'll eventually need to turn on each other.
I've use for neither gods nor men. I myself am the island that is my destination. You, a mere port along the way I tolerate, for the time being.
A good wolf doesn't take out the competition until there's no other option. Let's hunt together. For now.
Like I'd ever listen to some spook at the peril of my friends. Not in this lifetime.